Let me ask you a question. Are you making anything from your videos? Anything at all? Or are your videos profitable? If not, how about I show you how you can turn any video, that's any recording, into a leads-getting, sales-generating, customers-pulling machine that brings in profits by the loads on autopilot with just 3 clicks of your mouse. It sounds like a lot of hype, does it not? But I promise you it's not. You see, the only video format that is actually guaranteed to generate sales consistently, that is preferred by over 60% of the marketers in their marketing to make tons of sales. That is the secret behind how top dogs in the industry can make well over $10,000 in pure profit in just a single hour and converts better than anything else at all, without a doubt, is a webinar. Now hold on to your horses because you just heard me say webinars, because what I'm about to do now is I'm going to show you a revolutionary technology that just makes running webinars so darn easy that you might actually decide to broadcast one every single day, 7 days a week, and be able to profit like super affiliates. And yes, even if you are a total newbie and haven't done a webinar before in your life, and yes, even if you choke at the mere thought of going live, you know, do not forget, this has been battle-tested and proven by tons and tons of beta testers. And look, I get it. I can only imagine how skeptical you are right now, but I've got something that will set your skepticism aside for good. I've got the proof. Verified, irrefutable proof that talks louder than any words. Check out what beta testers and some select users have been able to achieve.
I love Omni Webinars. I almost tripled my webinars revenue since using it.
Hands down, this is one of the best tools that you can use for evergreen webinars. I mean, it gives you the feel that you are live there.
And it works, it's fast and easy. I made 10 times the price of it from my very first webinar.
Omni Webinar is the best evergreen webinar tool out.
I'm running a webinar that already did over $200,000 in revenue, and since we switched to Omni Webinar, we saw a 10% conversion rate increase, and that is huge. So I really recommend Omni Webinar because it's super easy to use and you will get higher conversions.
Now that I've proven it to you, do you want to have access to that same technology that will literally allow you to click your mouse a few times and run the perfect smooth as silk webinar that you've always been longing to do? Are you ready to join the league of super affiliates who make money while they're asleep, literally, have the internet style freedom and all the time in the world to enjoy their lives to the full? And no, you don't need to be a technical ninja. You don't have to have a voice like Morgan Freeman or be as confident as Tony Robbins is on stage. And you don't even have to be a native English speaker. In fact, you don't even need to go live while being glued to your computer screen forcibly. And it's all because now you can conduct a webinar and enjoy huge paydays every single day while you're away on vacation taking a sip of your, favorite drink. Though best of all, you don't need a huge budget to take advantage of this either. You see, I've been in the internet marketing arena for well over 10 years, or I guess as long as I can remember. I've tried and tested every webinar platform currently available in the market. And the number one thing about them, and unfortunately it's not about to change anytime soon, is that, they're expensive. I mean, seriously expensive. Not just that, they even put a limit or a cap on the total number of registrants and attendees that can attend your webinar, charging upwards of $500 a month for just 1,000 people. To make it even worse, they are, kind of buggy. It's almost like an alpha version of an app under development. They freeze and crash and get stuck right when you're pitching your customers and subscribers the most important aspect of your offer, of course. Now that said, if you manage to muster up enough courage somehow and tried to broadcast a webinar in the past and failed, I get it. Running a webinar and talking to your prospects live is hard. You've got to have confidence. You've got to have guts. And more importantly, you've got to be really fully prepared to pose yourself as an authority in your niche and be able to influence your attendees successfully. And that's simply not doable if you are stuttering, fumbling around, and not conveying your offer or your message like you are supposed to. But don't worry, None of our students are webinar gurus. None of our students were born to do webinars. Some aren't even native English speakers. And yet they do webinars left and right, raking huge commissions in and day out, like pro affiliates. Now, how do they do this? Well, they have an unfair advantage, of course. And I'm sure you yourself have been to at least a webinar or two by some guy, and you must have noticed how the whole event goes smoothly, ultimately making you getting sold on what they had to offer. And why is that? Well, that's because those super affiliates have done it enough, have got the budget to afford expensive monthly payments for a platform, and know how to make the most from a webinar. You, on the other hand, haven't even thought of doing a webinar because it just looks like it's too darn hard. Now, you even start shaking just at the thought of going live and face your prospects who think of you as some kind of perfect guy who knows everything and won't fumble around. And it is this huge expectation from your attendees that puts even more pressure on you. That's how it works. And even if you did a webinar before, ever, be honest and tell me if it wasn't full of ahs and especially ums, oh, sorry about that, things like that. Having said that, for the past few months, I've been on a mission to eliminate all the issues and all the troubles with running a webinar successfully. Now, I literally have been on a quest constantly to design a system that lets anyone, even the most camera-shy, most reclusive newbies, run a webinar like a pro, without all the hassles and without any expensive monthly costs at all. And I'm happy to announce I did it. How? Well, blood, sweat, tears, literally. So I designed this whole new concept from the ground up, considering all the issues that stop ordinary people like you and me to take advantage of webinars and the huge profits that they are known for bringing in. Anyway, I'll cut right to the chase. After many months in development, I'm so proud to introduce to you this epic, profit-making push-button webinar solution, introducing OmniWebinars. The only software that turns any recording, any video and broadcast into a fully 100% automated webinar using our proprietary TrueLive technology with all the stuff that actually happens during a regular live call. For instance, questions and answer session with your attendees, ability to introduce call to actions at the time that you specify, and a lot more without any of the expensive recurring costs. And all of it in literally 3 clicks. In fact, let me show you how easy and powerful OmniWebinars really is. All right, first add your event, and if you want to have any replays, well, this is click 1. It's as easy as that. Now, put up the recording to broadcast it as a live webinar with click number 2. And select any of the professional templates. That's click 3. And if you could click just once more, you can then copy and paste the share code to share the webinar registration links into your emails, blogs, or anywhere you want. Voila! Easy as that. Like I said, it's really just 3 clicks. And you are all set to be a next webinar superhero with the power to potentially make huge amounts of profits almost every day on complete autopilot. What used to take tons of money, tons of technical expertise, tons of tweaking, and lots of confidence, now really just won't take seconds. That's right, seconds. There is no learning curve, and you will have a profitable webinar up in seconds that will keep sending you sales after sales, even if you're away on a vacation. Let OmniWebinars take care of all the heavy lifting and hard work for you. So look, here's the deal. I don't want you to struggle, suffer, and fail. I'm offering you the key to break all the barriers you are facing and finally getting yourself into the webinar game that has been played only by the big players so far on a silver platter. Now, all you've got to do now is to just pick it up and get yourself leveled with all the likes of super affiliates out there. And don't worry, you don't have to pay $1,000. I'm not going to even ask for $500, nothing like that. For a limited time, you're getting the deal of a lifetime, as you could see. You could get OmniWebinars for the ridiculously low price that you see, and finally start doing webinars that bring in cash by the buckets with zero hassle and almost zero effort. So what you need to do now is click the buy button below this video. The price you see on this page is the lowest it will ever be from this point on. In fact, the price increases with each minute that passes. If you want to lock in that price, don't refresh the page. Don't bookmark it for later. Just go ahead and click the Buy Now button below and join the hundreds of other successful Omni Webinars members today. Once the launch ends, the price goes way up. Look, honestly, even at $1,000 or $500, it's an incredible deal for the power you're being granted. You will make that amount back not only in no time, but in your very first attempt. If you need to make huge amounts of profits in the shortest amount of time possible, then this tool is exactly what you need. Now, I'm completely confident in its ability to do what I'm promising you, that I'm going to make this a brain-dead easy deal for you. I'm going to make this completely risk-free. We will offer you our This Will Work For You Too, no questions asked, 30 days, money-back guarantee. So now that you have no risk, you have no excuses. Click the Buy button below and have your first profitable webinar up as soon as today. Imagine what it would be like while you're enjoying life with your family, but the fully automated live webinars are closing sales for you at the same time, getting you leads, bringing in new customers, and making you a whole lot of money in the process. Can you imagine that? Now, do you want to make that a reality? If so, click that Buy Now button below. With Omni Webinars, anyone can do a webinar now. No more are webinars the no-go areas for newbies. I've shown you the proof that it works for me, from my students, and it will work for you too. But you've got to get on the inside to use it. What are you going to do? Keep doing what you've been doing and miss out on the crazy income potential that Omni Webinars has to offer? So, are you ready to join the rest of the other smart marketers who use Omni Webinars to profit effortlessly? Are you ready to take this shortcut to huge daily profits? If so, we look forward to seeing you on the inside in the members area.